r/AskReddit, NSFW, what looks awesome in movies but is terrible in real life? Superhero landing. It is really hard on your knees. Not if you're basically unbreakable. Spider-Man got hit by a train and just had some minor injuries. I don't think he'll someday complain about knee problems. Iron Man or Batman though. Car parking. There is always a free spot just out the front of the building. And they never lock the car. Shooting guns indoors. Instantly deaf. What? Morp? New York City apartments. Currently paying $1,900 for a 400 square foot studio in West Harlem. I love New York. But the apartments here kill me. I can't understand what average people do there to make enough to live in the city. Computer hacking. Character 1. Damn it, I can't get in cause of the encrypted hydrothermometer. Character 2. English PLZZ. Even better. I'm going to simple concept, followed by an NGL-ish doc. Shooting or otherwise damaging a neon sign. In real life it just turns off. No cool sparks or explosions or electricity. Just off. Probably from the assumption that there's a lot of power running through them. If I'm not mistaken. The effect is just the result of applying an electric current to some sensitive chemicals present in the tubes. It's not juice like a transformer or anything. Some sensitive chemicals. Kinda like neon. Dressing up as a vigilante and fighting criminals. Well, Kick-Ass and Super kind of depicted it correctly though. At the very beginning of Kick-Ass when he got put in the hospital it was portrayed properly. Then it went into over-the-top territory. Sex on a sandy beach. Kissing underwater. Looks so cool. Real life physics make it so tricky and awkward. Let alone sex with a weird fish human thing. Standing under a waterfall. It looks like a gentle shower. But in reality it's like thousands of tiny rocks pelting you from a great height. Furthermore, water is heavy and standing under a waterfall means a lot of water is falling on you. The sheer force of the water makes you now your head as it beats you down. Even standing up straight can be a struggle under a small waterfall. Source. Stood under a 10-foot waterfall once. That's why you practice with your Q-burn every day. Being a mall cop. Pull blat mall cop pull blat mall cop pull blat mall cop. Pull blat mart cart. Getting out of a pool. Hell yes. Gracefully lift yourself out by the arms. Pose for a second. Then a quick turnaround to sit elegantly. Reality. Drag myself halfway up. Get a knee on the side. Then grunt and wriggle until I'm all the way out and flopping around like a walrus. I always felt awful doing this as a kid. I could never understand how they did it gracefully on TV. Being an electrician. Plumber. Pizza delivery guy. etc. I was severely disappointed when a lifeguard didn't save me from the non-existing shark in my bathtub. That one is a gem. Not saying goodbye when you hang up the phone. Every single goddamn conversation. I do this to my mother and my girlfriend because it drives them both nuts and I stopped maturing at the age of 16. Sex afterglow. No one gets up to clean up. They just roll off and lie there with the sheets and blankets all neat and pulled up. We just ducked. It was consensual. You were in me. I love you. We're really intimate. Now just let me cover my tits with this L-shaped blanket because I'm shy. Not because you're cold. No. It's not cold in here. You're sitting there without a shirt. Yeah. But I don't have tits. Honey. I've been meaning to tell you. You really need to lay off the candy bars. Beach sex. Dangerous driving on the highway or road in general. How have you not hit significant other men yet? That jumping around a corner while shooting at stuff. You'll hit nothing and land on your ass making a vulnerable target. Also, shooting a moving target from a moving vehicle is extremely difficult. And it's even more difficult if you're also trying to drive the vehicle at the same time. This is difficult enough without being in a car depending on what you're shooting with. And how far. Workout montage. Honestly, any montage looks cool in movies when in reality it's probably so boring. Imagine watching George Clooney getting into a thick rubber Batman suit for 2 hours. Killing people, not as in wow that's so awesome. Let's try it but in wow. What moves? In movies they all die quick and pretty. Reality is a tad different. Minion is hit and dies instantly. No matter the wound. Protagonist or antagonist is hit and still has enough time for an overly emotional speech. You do know that when you level up, you get more hit points, right? Bartending. We don't just pop open beers and magically make cosmos appear instantly. In reality I've probably also got Nance complaining about the other girl who made her drink. Or me still waiting for my manager to apply this damn coupon. Bars take coupons? Almost all movie fights where every enemy just waits his turn. Riding horses for days on end to get from point A to point B. So much chafing. Add a little bit of rain and it's just cold disgusting chafing. Horses have to frickin' rest and eat. Your progress will be slow or the horse will get hurt exhausted. Horses can't just gallop off into the sunset forever. You'll be walking most of it. You can't hand off your horse at point B to a random stable hand and expect them to know how to best take care of it. There's gotta be a bit of a conversation. And Ole Shadowfax is gonna probably need some time off. Unless you've got some kind of magic horse you can just turn it loose and whistle for it to come at the exact right moment. Even your trick-trained movie horse will have to be placed within earshot. And don't forget about the chaff and chafe legs, feet, butts, balls, chafe face and back for the horse. Source. Equestrian with experience in endurance, long distance riding. I do this for fun. I had a roommate whose 5-year-old cousin used to come over and she'd watch me play Shadow of the Colossus because she liked the horse game and she'd tell me to slow down because the horse needed to rest. In fairness, Agro is the best video game horse I've ever seen. Just the right level of disobedience to make him feel like he has a mind of his own. But not enough to be frustrating. Modern games tend to just make the horse be an extension of the player. Maybe throw in a scare mechanic to force you to do your fighting on foot. Getting shot. I assume. It's actually not as bad. In some ways at least. Not near as dramatic. You just feel like someone gave you a solid punch. It gets to burning pretty badly. And then it's cold. I've been shot. I didn't even realize I got hit until I saw the blood. You don't collapse. Or fall down. Or start hollering like a ducking banshee. Not immediately at least. It doesn't even really hurt until after the whole deal is over with. It's the fear at first, oh it. I'm gonna die. What the duck? Why me? And then the recovery that's bad. I still remember how hard my heart dropped when I knew there was a bullet in my gut. Terrifying. Not that most movies don't drastically downplay how hitty getting shot is. But I have never seen a movie where getting shot is awesome. Combat military exercise. You rarely see the bruises, dirt scratches, blisters or shaking muscles. And more importantly the things you can only feel. Pain, thirst, fatigue, ears being exposed to loud sounds. The whole mindset going nuts from these. People will make dumb decisions because their minds are so overdriven and fatigued. When you're dragging a machine gun made out of steel across a wet swamp at 2:30 AM. Been up for 24 hours. Feeling cold and being in auto drive mode carrying 30 plus kg of equipment. It isn't cool at all. It's total BS. Disclaimer. Haven't been in combat. So haven't had the actual fear of death on top of all these things. Modern naval combat is the complete opposite of the exciting movies. Hours and days of nothing. Radar goes beep. You are dead. Have they tried turning the radar off? Swords in a back scabbard, Deadpool style. While it's possible to draw a short sword from a back scabbard, it's slow and you are very vulnerable while doing so, and the sword must be pretty short. It can be done actually, but you need a specially designed scabbard. Of course it's shad. I knew that before I clicked the link. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe to RedditQueen for the best daily content.